Hey guys, welcome back to our review of Kamen Rider Geo episode 16. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
My dude, welcome back. It is 1:30 a.m., but we just got done watching this episode and it was good. I genuinely enjoyed the beginning where they chose an interesting direction with the character. I thought that, with the preview of last week, we were going to end with a misdirect that Geo doesn't forsake his belt, commit to it. He doesn't commit to forsaking his belt. Ultimately we landed there, but we played with that for a while. And Alex, I know you had some gripes with it, but I liked Gates's reaction to it because I feel like we have a bit more of a succinct character now since we are focusing on the Geo aspect of this show.
Yeah, I feel like the gripes I had with Gaze is kind of like not reaction to the entire thing, but just like him doing that in itself was just like, why did he do it before? Like, that was like the thought that was like going through my head because it was just like such a simple like answer. Like, if you don't want to become Geo, don't give him the fucking belt and prevent him from getting it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like, he had like every opportunity to do so and he just didn't. But at least now, especially later on in the episode, I feel like Gaze is more. I mean, he does say like he is supporting Geo now.
Yeah.
Become that good overlord. So
he's softened up to him, and I do like that. And that they're not like beating around the bush with it anymore. And just I don't know. The idea that because he went and saw himself in the future, that it drastically changed history, and those effects are going to be felt in, like, Ryder's timeline works really weirdly, and it will react in a similarly weird way, wherein it will generate more Riders to compensate. I don't know. I feel like the side effect of this drastic change being more Riders doesn't make sense, but like it is something interesting that is well within their wheelhouse and feels like maybe proper ramifications in this type of show. Like, it works for this show. It works for this genre, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't quite know.
I feel like this isn't like a Flashpoint type of thing. I think those writers from the future were always a thing because like Woz kind of like predicted it in his book. Like, this is all going according to plan. All the players were finally on the stage.
Well, no, because like you saw his book, the gears were turning. It looked like time was changing, and he even said that history has changed, and like it's like the birth of new Riders or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, knowing that he's gonna become one of them, at least that'll be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's going to be him exactly. It'll be a different version of him.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, like, you saw him. No, in the preview, you see him looking at presumably himself.
Oh, well, that's pretty neat. I really want to see the power level discrepancies between all the writers now, because one thing that I kind of like seeing was just like Gaze getting his ass whipped by literally everyone there.
Yeah, and like even Geo said it himself. And yeah, I could probably beat something like, and you could never beat me one-on-one. What an asshole!
Yeah, for real. And one thing I didn't like about one of the later scenes with Gaze, he's like, here, take this belt. And he's like, what if I become an evil overlord? And he's like, I'll stop you, I promise. Like, I'm pretty sure Sogo knows, like, inside his head that this guy will never be able to fucking beat him.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
This guy has no chance.
yeah, and he hasn't, like, proven to himself that he could.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like those words were very empty, but then, like,
Yeah.
given, like, the circumstances, Sogo was probably, like, done with this shit and just was like, fuck you, just give him the belt so, shit can actually be done.
Yeah, well, like, it would have been better, like, for this show to present Gates as more powerful, but, like, clearly you can't do that because Geo is the main character, and I don't think you could, like, serve him humble pie every single episode because Gates is the strongest rider. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also there was, like, this thing where, like, Gaze was introduced at the same time that, like, Geo was. So it's not like we had a writer coming in, a few episodes in where he can be stronger for, like, a few episodes until the main writer gets a power up. So that's a bit weird. But I guess Geo was always meant to be stronger from the get-go. That was their premise. So
yeah, I guess
it works.
There's something I wanted to touch on about, like, the prospect of future writers. Oh yeah, I do like. I mean, this is going into, like, next week stuff, but I do appreciate that we get to see this look at a different writer in their world, and maybe like a glimpse at their world, because with the Decade, we got to look at alternate universe versions of writers that have already existed. So that was neat. But this time we're doing it in a way where it's in canon. It's not, it's like a different writer, but it's all, within the universe. It's still happening. It's not like a fake out, mixed up universe like with Decade's writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe he might do something to, like, that might happen at the, like, finale where the Seal and Geo, they just separate all the writers in their own universes. But who knows? Oh, also, one thing I did appreciate, like, I don't know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the use of Xaid this episode was actually pretty neat. I did not expect him to turn the tide by going into the Super Mario Brothers on King Decade.
X, was that?
Yeah.
Mighty Brothers X, something like that. But yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, like the way the battle escalated, and you could see Decade, like, keeping tally of who like how many people each side has, and he's like, oh, okay, it's all evened out. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Odds are out of my favor. I'm leaving.
Yeah, and honestly, if he was on any other side, it would just be, like, completely one-sided.
Yeah, and, like, I'm wondering, so, like, these time jackers are from, like, anywhere in time, right? What if their Tied My Jeans are, like, indicative of what time they're from? Like, the kid, he's probably from, like, Ghost's time, and then the girl's, like, from Kiva's time. Because that's I don't know. Maybe their Tied My Jeans reflect that.
Or maybe they're a race in their own separate world that the villains belong to, and they just age forever or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, we age forever until we die. I mean, then again, we still age after that.
Or, just live forever.
Guys, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. And hey, if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and head over to our channel, because we did a watch along for this. As you get, I mean, like, most of the people watching the review have probably already watched the watch along. I don't know who watches the reviews without watching the watch alongs get more views. Anyway, that's just background stuff. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Yes. Keep it very, very juicy.
Wet. 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 I'm surprised I lasted all the way through this. I'm very tired.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the 20 seconds to go over, because, like, I'm feeling kind of sick right now, so...
Oh,